And hello, everyone. How are you doing? It's Dave Bondy. So it is basically official. We just have a few minutes remaining before a targeted strike is going to take place. If you're watching this when this is in a recording or a replay, it's probably already happened by now. But if you are watching live, thank you everyone for watching. Please share this video out with all of your friends. We are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and my locals community. So wherever you're watching from, please join me, everybody, in sharing this video out because we want everyone to be informed and to spread the information about what is happening. So, excuse me. The UAW has gone on strike, a targeted strike against GM, Ford, and Stellantis. So I am going to give you a look right now at the three facilities that are going to be going on strike. And we're going to stick with me, everybody, because I'm going to narrow this down for you and I'm going to explain exactly everything that's going on. So the United Auto Workers, they work at Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis, and their contract is up at midnight tonight. It's up in 6 minutes, and the UAW has not been happy with the offer from the companies, GM, Ford, and Stellantis. So, in just about 6 minutes, they will go on strike. But this is going to be a strike unlike one you've never seen before. They are going to be targeting they're going to be targeting all three companies, but just three plants. So they're not going to be targeting everybody at the same time. It's very interesting as to how this is going to work. And I'm going to tell you what plants are going to be affected. I'm going to give that to you right here, right now. Let me bring that up on the, I'm not going to bring it up on the screen, but I'm going to tell you right now. So, workers at these following plants at midnight in 5 minutes, workers at these plants are being told by the UAW to put down their stuff and walk out. That's what they're being asked. At the General Motors facility in Wentzville, Missouri, the GM facility in Wentzville, Missouri, the Stellantis facility in Toledo, Ohio, the Ford facility, the Ford, Michigan facility, the paint and final assembly, that's in Wayne, Michigan. That's actually the town I grew up in. So what's going to happen in 5 minutes, actually, in less than 5 minutes, unless there is a deal, and I am keeping an eye right here on my feeds on the internet, and I do not see anything coming out from the UAW about there being any deal whatsoever. So it looks like there is going to be a strike. And now we're going to get into the demands of the union, what they want. I'm going to get into that in just a little bit. So, what do all of you think about this? Let me know in the comments. And all of you, share this video out with your friends and your family. As you know, and if you don't know, my name is Dave Bondy. I quit my job in the mainstream media in order to do independent journalism. And that's what I'm doing right now. I am here working for all of you, giving you the information you need. And if you're watching on locals and you are not a paid supporter, please become one. Help support my independent journalism. That goes for everyone as well. Let me put a link on the screen here, davebondy.locals.com. /support. If you can help support my independent journalism, I would really appreciate it. So let's get to what the president of the UAW said. He had a news conference earlier. Hello, Diane. How are you doing? Thanks, Brenda. Hello. I'll be able to read some of your comments as well. Diane says, I support the UAW. I'm a union worker. That's what you're saying right there. So thank you for your comments as well. I'll try to put your comments on the screen as we get them, but I do want to play right now the statement from the president of the UAW. Let me play that for you. This is what he said a short time ago.
Tonight, for the first time in our history, we will strike all three of the big three at once. We are using a new strategy, the stand-up strike. We will call on select facilities locals, or units to stand up and go on strike. Tonight, we call on 3 units to stand up and go on strike at midnight if we do not reach a tentative agreement in the next 2 hours. We're calling on GM, Wentzville Assembly, Local 2250 in Region 4 to stand up and strike. We're calling on Stellantis, Toledo Assembly Complex, Local 12 in Region 2B to stand up and strike. And we're calling on Ford, Michigan Assembly Plant, Final Assembly and Paint only, Local 900 in Region 1A to stand up and strike. These 3 units are being called to stand up and walk out on strike at midnight tonight. The locals that are not yet called to join the stand-up strike will continue working under an expired agreement. No contract extensions. Though the contract is expired, most of your contract is still in effect. Management cannot change terms and conditions of work in your workplace.
So that was UAW President Shawn Fain just a short time ago. Kimberly has a comment right here that she's watching on YouTube. Kimberly says, glad my husband's plant isn't striking at this time. Well, that could change. As the days go on, they could change this, and more of the plants could be striking as we go on. This could be changing as we go on. Thank you, Kimberly, for your comment. I want to bring up on the screen right now a picture of what is happening at the facility in Wayne, Michigan. Take a look right here. This is at the Ford, Michigan Assembly Plant. This is right off of Michigan Avenue in Wayne, Michigan right here. If you can see your screen, this was posted by the UAW just a short time ago. There's another picture, and you can see the signs they're holding. They want a 32-hour work week, 40 hours of pay for 32 hours of work. That's what they want. That's just one of the things right there. So someone just said in the comments that Julie said it's time for the big 3 to pony up. But there's another side to this story. According to many experts, that if the UAW, or I'm sorry, if the big 3 were to agree to all of these terms, it could mean the end of the big 3, or the big 3 could not be able to compete financially. That's what many people, some financial experts, some industry experts are saying as well, that they may not be able to succeed as companies if they agree to the current things on the plate right there. Someone's asking, how much is locals? Locals is $5. Hold on. Terrence Floyd, locals is $5 a month. And that is to support my independent journalism. If you would like to help support my independent journalism, let me put the link on the screen once again, davebondy.locals.com/support. If you click that link on the screen, you can sign up, become a paid supporter, help me with my independent journalism, because I quit my job in the mainstream media in order to be able to give you the real news with no bias, no narrative. That's what I'm doing. And I wasn't always allowed to do that when I was working in TV, but I'm doing it now. And I can also say I love God. I couldn't say that on television. I'd get mad when people would say that. So click that link on the screen and sign up if you would. Okay, let's get back to what is going on again. It is now 12:01. It is official, I believe. Let me check the Facebook page of the UAW and let's see what is going on here. Let's check and see. The strike is official. The strike is now official. And yes, there is a locals app as well. There is a locals app, by the way. Okay, I'm going to bring up the UAW page right now. So it's official. We do have a strike. It is official. Those plants have filed a strike. Let me bring it up right here on Facebook. And this is the Facebook page of the UAW. You're looking at it right there. That is their Facebook page. So it is official. They are calling this the stand-up strike. Share this video. If you're watching on locals, hit the share button. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the share button, because I am bringing you the unbiased information. I don't have any big corporate media over me anymore. I can just tell you what's going on without any influence. So the UAW is on strike. The UAW on strike, targeting 3 plants. And if we scroll down here, this is a picture once again of the plant in Wayne, Michigan. The Ford plant in Wayne, Michigan, right here. You're taking a look. It says Detroit is a union town. And then we're seeing that 32 hours work week, 40 hours of pay. There could be a problem with this, though. Sorry, let me, Terrence Floyd, let me get that off the screen real quick. Sorry, Terrence. But yeah, sign up to my locals community if you are able to do so. Sorry, losing my voice. Don't want to lose my voice. So yeah, that's exactly what is happening, everybody. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Rosa said she supports the UAW, and there's some other people here that might have a different feeling, and that's fine, totally, if you do, because I welcome people from all sides. I welcome all opinions. That's why we live in America. We have the right to say what we want. And on my locals community, on locals, for those of you watching on locals, you know that you can say whatever you want. There is no censorship on locals. It's amazing. So join locals to help support me. Diane Fritzler says, when my company went on strike, we had a lot of support. Okay, that is good. That is good as well. I want to play an interview just a short time ago that was on CNN. Steve DeLee, he is the labor policy, one of the labor policy, he's an attorney, he's dealt with labor policy with the Mackinac Center for Public Policy, and he has another side to this. And I'm going to play for you what he had to say just a short time ago on CNN. Take a listen to this.
Stephen Dully, everyone. He's the Director of Labor Policy at Mackinac Center for Public Policy. Thank you for being here on what is really a significant moment in history. The idea, to quote the words of Sean Fain, going against all of the big 3 all at once. We haven't seen this before, even in a summer, frankly, where you've had strike after strike in a variety of different sectors, or even the threat to strike in some significant business sectors of our economy. Now, Stephen, you say that if the UAW gets what they're asking for, though, it's going to hurt them in the long run. Can you explain why you feel that way?
Absolutely. And I think I'll offer a counterpoint to former President King, which is, while the UAW has to have a contract that it can ratify, Stellantis, Ford, GM each need a contract that they can compete with. And the terms that are being proposed by the UAW, if accepted, would put all 3 of the big 3 at genuine risk of going out of business in the near future.
Well, when you look at that, we did hear from Farley at one point talking about if you had that significant pay raise, although he was challenged, and rightfully so, about the pay raise that people in his own position are in leadership roles of these big 3. But that he said that it would go bankrupt, that they could not possibly compete. It would take a huge toll, not just the bottom line, but really take the bottom out from underneath them. Is that true, though? Because for some, they might say, well, hold on. Isn't there a price markup on some of these vehicles? Aren't there ways to account for the elevation of salaries in other areas? Is the CEO, at least Farley, correct that there could very well be a bankruptcy in the future if they were to submit and meet these demands?
I genuinely think so. So currently, the big 3 pay $65 an hour in labor cost for workers in the domestic manufacturing industry. Foreign competitors in non-unionized environments pay roughly $55. Tesla pays $45. If the UAW's demands are met, that's going to result in labor cost of over $100 an hour. That cost has to be built into electric vehicles that are already expensive, that are sitting on lots longer than traditional internal combustion vehicles, and that just don't seem to be in particularly high demand right now. So when you look at that kind of market incentive there with demand and supply, I think you're in a scenario where, unless EVs become significantly more profitable for the big 3, increased labor cost and diminished sales could very rapidly eat into their very existence.
So that was the other side of it right there. I'm giving you all sides of the story. I'm giving you every angle there is. That's my job, not to take any sides. But that's the issue right there. If the companies were to agree to this, would it hurt the companies big time? Now the union is saying, the UAW is saying that the companies have the money and they can afford to do this. So we're getting a live picture right now. Let me pull up on the screen something you probably won't like. A lot of you may not like this. Hold on here. CNN's been doing some coverage on this. I am not a fan of CNN whatsoever, but they do have live pictures up from Wayne, Michigan, which is actually my hometown. So you are taking a live look right now at Wayne, Michigan. That is Michigan Avenue right there. And looks like you can see the workers are out on strike. They're interviewing a representative right now from Michigan. So that is the coverage happening from CNN about what is going on right now. I'm going to flip over and see if I can see what's happening on any of the other networks at this time to see if they're on the air. I'm not sure if they are or not. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know what's happening. And before I wrap this up, everybody, I just wanted to let you know again, let me replay. I'm going to play for you the sound with Sean Fain, the president of the UAW, where he explains exactly what is happening and the plants that have been impacted. So, hey, D. Cardello, what's up? D. Cardello, how are you doing? Well, okay. Hold on right here. Okay. This person says the strike hurts the subsidized companies like Android and Afsani. They're automatically on strike. But, well, that's the thing as well. This is also impacting suppliers as well. The Teamsters said they are not going to be delivering vehicles to hold on. Okay. We work 40 hours in the 10 days, Amanda says. Amanda looks like she's already changed her Facebook profile right here. For those of you watching on Locals, thank you very much for watching on Locals. I really appreciate it. And I would hope all of you can help me, support me on Locals. Locals is my independent platform as well. And if there's any other comments, please let me know. Sorry here, just checking my email. I got a lot going on. I have a big computer system in front of me here. And this comment on the screen right now, Curly May says, not many want EVs. Number 2, a battery is $28,000 to replace. You're absolutely right about that. To replace an electric vehicle battery is about $28,000, give or take a couple thousand. And the EVs are not selling. I have sources that are inside the plants, and they are telling me they're upset. They're mad that the companies are pushing electric vehicles so much. They just continue to push the EVs. Last year, according to the Mackinac Center for Public Policy's reporting, they lost $4.6 billion. Ford Motor Company lost $4.6 billion in electric cars, but the companies keep pushing the electric cars. So that's something that a lot of people are concerned about. Armida said, thanks for the update. My family has been looking for updates. I think you're one of the first to report it. Dawn says, no electric. Are there any UAW members watching right now? Are any of you watching live? Let me know if you are watching right now. Sorry, everyone. Okay, looks like I'm going to be able to bring up a tweet. We just have some new video in from Wayne, Michigan. What's here? Oop, hold on. President Trump said the workers need to push for EV and gas. Yeah, Trump never pushed for just EV. Trump said there needed to be a mixture of them. Hey, Kristen, what's up, Kristen? How you doing? Tammy, Jody, you're watching. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it as well. Okay, Jamie, how are you doing? Jamie says a lot of these people don't know what it's like to do that or 19 days straight. Yeah, so part of it is that the UAW, they would like to have a 4-day work week, 32 hours. They would like to have a 46% pay increase over the course of the contract, which I believe is 4 or 5 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. They would also like to have the pension reinstated like they used to back in the day. And I believe they would also like to have the 2-tier system eliminated, as to where senior employees make more money than the new ones coming in. That's okay, but they wanted to adjust it to be fair. I believe that's correct. Let me see right here. I'm in from Mexico. I'm not understanding why people concerned about the push of EVs. Could you advise? Well, there are lots of issues with electric vehicles, and I'm going to do other shows on that. But there are lots of concerns about EVs. So let me bring up my screen. We have some video coming in from my hometown, Wayne, Michigan. I grew up in Wayne, Michigan, and I am going to show you this video. I'm going to play this for you. This is in Wayne, Michigan right now.
Everywhere we go, people want to know. People want to know who we are. Who we are. So we tell them. So we tell them. We are the union. We are the union. Mighty, mighty union. Everywhere we go.
Okay, that was the Union Hall. That is on Michigan Avenue in Wayne, Michigan. That is from a reporter, Anna Liz Nichols, taking a look at her Twitter there, bringing you the news as it happens. 45% pay increases pay for less work. Now, this is something that I'm hearing from lots of people, actually. There's a lot of people saying what Cynthia is saying right here in the comments. She is saying a 45% pay increase in pay for less work is utterly ridiculous. Now, it's important to note that that pay increase is not just the 1 year, it's over the course of the contract, but that still is a big pay increase. I'm sure there's lots of you watching who would love to have a pay increase even at 5 or 6%. Many people are not getting that as well. Okay, they're 4-year contracts. Deb LaBelle says her son is working at GM, a 3rd shift, waiting to hear. Okay, Deb, well, I have some information for you. There are 3 plants. There are only 3 plants that are impacted by this, 3 factories that are impacted. And I'm going to play the sound. Cynthia says over 4 years is still crazy. And I'm not giving my opinion because that's not my job as an independent journalist here in my setting, in my capacity. I'm giving you the information, and you are all allowed to give your opinion. That's why we live in the greatest country in the world. Okay, I'm going to play the sound with UAW President Shawn Fain. I'm going to play what he had to say. So listen up right now, because he is going to mention the 3 facilities that are impacted. So he is going to mention the 3 facilities. Take a listen right now.
Tonight, for the first time in our history, we will strike all 3 of the big 3 at once. We are using a new strategy, the stand-up strike. We will call on select facilities, locals, or units to stand up and go on strike. Tonight, we call on 3 units to stand up and go on strike at midnight if we do not reach a tentative agreement in the next 2 hours. We're calling on GM, Wentzville Assembly, Local 2250 in Region 4 to stand up and strike. We're calling on Stellantis, Toledo Assembly Complex, Local 12 in Region 2B to stand up and strike. And we're calling on Ford, Michigan Assembly Plant, Final Assembly and Paint only, Local 900 in Region 1A to stand up and strike. These 3 units are being called to stand up and walk out on strike at midnight tonight. The locals that are not yet called to join the stand-up strike will continue working under an expired agreement. No contract extensions. Though the contract is expired, most of your contract is still in effect. Management cannot change terms and conditions of work in your workplace.
So that was Sean Fain. Earlier tonight, he was speaking about the situation. And oh, thank you, Deb. I appreciate that, Deb. You sent me. I just saw that in the Facebook message. Absolutely. Someone just says, Diana, we struggle as retired people. Never got raises like that. So there's a lot of people throughout the country, a lot of people who are not UAW members who would love to have even a 5, 6, 7% raise who are not getting them. The big question is, what is this doing? What could this do to the companies? Some people are fearing that if the companies were to agree to the union demands, this could hurt the companies and end up costing more jobs in the long run. So there's lots of different ways to think about this. And obviously those on the UAW are obviously emotional right now. But there's many different ways just to think about this. So that's why I'm putting it out there. I heard today that $16, $17 an hour is what some of the new people are making at General Motors. If you are hired in, I believe as a temp, you are making $17 an hour. I believe that's what it is. Someone just says, Mary says EMS would like a raise. Yeah, there's lots of people who would like a raise. And that's what I'm hearing right now. Okay, hold on right here. If they give in and they go broke, they won't have a job at all. Well, that's a good point. That's a good point, D. Cardello. So it's a targeted. The UAW has a lot to think about here, you know. So that is the situation. I'm not going to give my opinion when it comes to this story. My job is really just to tell you what's happening. And Terry Merwin says $31 to $36 an hour. Yeah, there are many people at the auto companies making that much money, but not everyone is. Okay, let me check again if we have any more live pictures coming out of Wayne, Michigan. Let me see here. Wayne, Michigan. Okay, this looks like video from NBC News. Okay, let me put this up on the screen here for you, and then I'll let you go. I have to get going to bed, everybody. I've been today trying to bring you all the news. Let me find it here. Okay, this is only a 3-second clip, but this right now, that's a situation happening at the Ford plant in Wayne, Michigan. Taking a look at the workers out there who are now on strike, and they do get strike pay as well. Jim Quarter says, this isn't the 70s where it's just the big three. Coming from an old fart, he says, you need to compete and be smart. Don't overprice yourselves out of a job, says Jim. So yeah, lots of different opinions here. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate all of you coming out and having a thoughtful conversation. So I'm going to wrap this up, everyone. But once again, let me get that comment off the screen right there. Let me get rid of this. So I am going to wrap it up. And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, and if you're watching on Facebook, I am asking all of you to help support my independent journalism. I quit my job in the mainstream media after 25 years. I wasn't happy with what the media was doing and what they were telling you. I wanted to give you the real news with no bias, no narrative. I quit my job. It was a risk. I did it. And now I'm doing my own independent thing. I need your support, though. I'm going to put a link on the screen right here. Let me do this. davebondy.locals.com/support. Click that link that you see on the screen or share it out with your friends. Sign up to Locals. What is Locals? Imagine Facebook without the censorship. That's what Locals is. Locals is Facebook without the censorship. Sign up on Locals. It's $5 a month if you can to donate $5 a month to help my independent journalism. I would be grateful. I have shows on Thursday and Wednesday nights on Locals, and I have news all the time, exclusive content that you cannot see anywhere else. Okay, everyone. Well, I really appreciate all of you joining me. I'm going to get going to bed, so it's official now. We do have a... Let me stop that video, sorry. We do have a strike. A strike is now official with the UAW, a targeted strike. Striking, hold on here. Let me see this real quick. Let me bring it up on the screen. Can't do that right now. Maybe I can do that. Let's try overlay. Okay, take a look right. Let me bring it up. Right here, we have a targeted strike. A targeted strike. UAW, Ford. UAW is having a targeted strike against Ford, GM, and Stellantis. There are 3 plants, a plant in Missouri, a plant in Toledo, Ohio, and a plant in Wayne, Michigan, have all been targeted for a strike. And more plants could be added as we go on. Thank you, everyone, for watching on my Locals platform. If you're watching on Locals, I really appreciate it. You are the reason I'm able to do all of this on Locals, because without all of your support, I would not be able to do what I'm doing. And I hope all of you appreciate it. So I'm going to let you go. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you very much. This has been a breaking news report by Dave Bondy, doing it my way, everybody. Just the news. Not telling you how to think, just giving you the information. Have a good night, everybody.